This is the stitch that changed my life. Well, not literally, but it did change my life as far as crochet is concerned, because it's the stitch that taught me how to crochet. And I still think it's one of the most magical forms of crochet lace there is. Hey crochet friends, I'm Mo, your crochet companion, and today we're adding one of my favorite techniques to the lace archives, not just because it's beautiful, but because this is where my crochet journey began. Now most people, they see little squares. I don't. I see pictures, I see words, I see stories waiting to appear. One of the things that I love about Filet Crochet is that it teaches you to see crochet differently. You're no longer thinking about individual stitches. You're thinking about the light and the shadow, open and closed, almost like you're drawing with yarn. Okay, so Filet Crochet is a little bit different. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail when it comes to filet, because I do have a masterclass that is out there. It is probably one of my most popular videos. I have gone into great detail on how to filet crochet, how to read the patterns, how to read the grids, just about anything that you can think of when it comes to filet crochet, because it is one of my favorite topics. It's one of my favorite things to crochet. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So I usually start with an even amount. But to give you an idea, each block is considered an open or closed block. So let me bring this back here. So in the pattern itself, usually you have little squares, and each little square is either a chain of 2 and a double crochet, or 4 double crochets, depending on how you want to look at it. So when I talk about close or open, you see how this block, it uses space. It shows you its character by showing you a space, right? So that is considered an open block. Now this right here, where there's double crochets, that is considered a block, a closed block. So this right here, so this four double crochets, that would be considered your closed block. Okay. Now, when you're looking at a pattern itself, you start from left to right and then go from right to left, and then left to right when you're looking at the pattern itself, especially if it's a grid. Because the reason why you want to go back and forth according, because maybe the artist made it an unusual shape or size, it's not uniform, and so you don't want to just go, oh, okay, well, let's read the pattern just from right to left, right to left, left, right to left. You do have to go right to left, and then the next row you have to go left to right, okay, on a pattern, right? I do go into more detail in that in my masterclass, but for now we're just going to do a real quick rundown. So as far as getting started, it depends on whether you start with a closed block or a open block. I'm not going to go into the open block too much, but because most of your patterns, they usually have an edging and they start with a closed block, right? You have to have a lot more chains in the beginning when you're doing an open block. I believe it's 8 if I remember correctly, because you have to have a turning chain of 5 plus 3. Yeah, it's 8. Yeah, so even if you're doing, like, let's say you start it with a closed block and say the next row you have an open block at the very beginning, you have to do a chain of 5 in order to go to the next row. Okay, so in the third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, we are going to do a single or a double crochet, because I'm going to start you off with a closed block, and we're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches as well. Now the open block consists of a chain of 2, skip 2. So we're going to chain 2, skip 2, and then a double crochet in the next stitch. That's the wonderful thing about filet crochet. It's such a simple repeat pattern, and that's why I love it so much, because you're either going to do an open block or you're going to do a closed block. Well, there is the I believe it's the called the lace it or the lace it. I can never get it right, so sometimes I just say it either way. So we're going to do another open block. So it's a chain of 2, skip 2, double crochet. Another open block, we're going to chain of 2, skip 2, double crochet. Now I'm going to do a closed block, so I'm going to do a double crochet. So this would count as your first double crochet in the closed block, and you're going to do 3 more double crochets in row in that sequence. So 3 in the next 3 stitches. There's 2 and 3. And let's say we decide to finish it off with a closed block. So you're going to just do another 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And the next row, depending on your pattern, it's very dependent on your pattern, but let's say the first block is closed, so I'm going to turn my work. I actually do a stacking stitch as my first double crochet. I never used to. I used to do just a chain of 2 and then turn my work, but I changed it to a stacking stitch because I like the way it sits and where the edges are a little bit cleaner. So the stacking stitch, we're going to do a single crochet in that first stitch, and then that vertical bar, we're going to do another single crochet, and that's your double crochet. I don't know why I was so far away. I don't know how you guys can see that. All right, so from here, this is going to count as your first. So let's say it's an open block, right? Or no, excuse me, a closed block. We're going to go ahead and use that as your first double crochet, and in the next 3 stitches, we're going to do a double crochet. There's 2 and 3. And just like when we did our chain, our foundation, that, doing our first row in the foundation chain, in the chain foundation, say it right? You do a chain of 2 for the open block, and you skip the next 2 stitches and a single crochet in the next stitch. Now this is where the fun comes in. So let's say we can do a closed block in the next one. So you're going to do a single crochet in each of these chains. There's 1, 2, and then you do a double crochet in that double crochet, and that is your closed block. And depending on your pattern, you could have several closed blocks in a row, several open blocks in a row. You never know, but you do need to make sure you're watching and paying attention to what your pattern calls for. For this, I'm just going to do 2 chains, skip these 2 chains, and go straight into the next double crochet for another open block. Chain 2, we're going to go in, skip these 2, and do a double crochet in the next one. And let's say I end my row on an open block. So you would skip these 2 stitches and go into the very last stitch. And do that double crochet. There you go. That is the basics, the very, very basics of filet crochet. If you want to learn more, you'll want to check out my masterclass, Filet Crochet Masterclass. I teach you pretty much everything you want to know about filet crochet, and in fact, there's actually a couple of projects. If you get really froggy and you want to learn how to do your own designs as well, I am not too partial to the there are like little technology that you can do a pattern that way, but I personally like to do it the old school way with graph paper. So I do have a couple of videos out there that teach you how to do your own patterns the old school way. But before we go, can we appreciate that crocheters looked at graph paper? They looked at graph paper, right? And thought, you know what this needs? It needs yarn. I completely support that decision. If filet crochet is for you, I'm going to say it again. If it is something that you, this sparked some interest for you, go ahead and check out my Filet Crochet Masterclass, where we explore the charts, we understand the grids, and we build the confidence one square at a time, because there's so much more to filet crochet than I could ever fit in just this one little itty bitty video. And finally, if you have been following the Lace Runner archives, I've actually made a pretty big change, and I'm excited to show you as soon as it's ready. So tell me in the comments, if you could create any picture with filet crochet, what would it be? And until next time, may your spaces stay open and may your hooks never hide.